So this is one obstacle for truth-telling and actually trust in the society. Do you think that there are other elements besides the school system that are blocking this sort of development of open communication?
Not only. Not only. I think that if you imagine a country as a company, and all people communities are working this way, that all majority of the behavior of the community starts at the leader level. Mm-hmm. So if I consider Czech Republic as a one company, big company, I would need to look at our political representation, who are the leaders of the country, and I think that trust should start there. And if people cannot believe the political representation because they speak differently than they behave, then it is problematic for the rest of the nation to follow such example. So part of the people has a conflict with this, personal conflict with such behavior, and they don't know what to do. Part of the people take it as an example, and they follow this example. And therefore I think that we have many problems in our
You can take it's a good idea. Take the country as a company. You have different divisions, right? And you have different management. You have the division of politics, and you have academics, and you have business, and you have culture, which is a very strong element of this society. So let's take those as separate operating divisions of the country and talk about the management. You talked about the politicians, that they do different than they say. You spoke a little bit about the academics, that the academics are expecting people to agree with them, and if they don't agree with them, they get punished. Is that a fair assessment?
I wouldn't say that academic, because
the teachers.
I think that teachers, we have to differentiate what level of teachers we are considering. I think especially at the universities, there are universities in the Czech Republic which are applying this open policy, and they try to get connected with the business and to really prepare the students for the real life, and also to teach them what they will need in business in the business world. While there are still universities, they think that their role is to be independent, completely independent from the business, and try to protect themselves against the business world, which is probably not smart. And I believe that it has to change. The secondary schools are somewhere in the middle, but the basic schools, grammar schools, are still, they have still a long way to go.
And what about the business leaders? Because the business leaders are almost as important as the political leaders. What do you think of the role that they're providing society in these areas of developing truth? I mean, I should say saying the truth or speaking the truth and developing trust.
I have to say that during my social activities like Ancient Space, ICTU or Prague Business Club, I have a lot of opportunities to meet with various managers or businessmen. And as the rest of the population is, I can see really good managers, good people, or good businessmen with really integral behavior, may I say, integral personalities. While on the other hand, of course, there are also people who are not, from my perspective, good examples how to behave.
So, what would you say that the business community needs to do as a whole to improve that? Because, well, maybe we should go back. There's the view that there's a disconnection between the important parts of society. The politicians are here, the businessmen are here, the academics are here, the cultural community here, and there's not a lot of very direct communication, open communication between these elements. They all tend to distrust each other a little bit. why do you think that is? If you agree with that, why do you think that is, and how do you overcome it?
I have to say that from my experience, I think that business and cultural community are talking each other, academic as well, if we talk about universities. What I can see that politicians are interested in such discussions mainly closely before the elections, and after elections they are not so much interested in this open discussion with the business on the basic like MChem or this or Prague Business Club. And I think that this is a mistake for the country, because people in business, as I said, that there are good and not so good people. The only difference is that in business you recognize it quickly, because if you are not good in business, the punishment or bad result comes soon. In politics, you can be a bad person for years, and we can see some examples, but I think it's not the matter of this discussion.
Yeah.
And so I think it is a pity for this country that politicians didn't learn during this past 20 years how to use the good experiences from the business. Advice is not just for one project, one specific business or project, but how to manage this country from the economical perspective, what to improve to allow Czech Republic to become more competitive in global on the global market.
And so, what do you think the group of the businessmen with the integrity can do to improve the overall situation? I mean, we're all part of this, as you said, this company, the Czech Republic, which obviously can always perform better. Yeah, there can always be, I think, a greater amount of trust, more truth told. So, how does the business community, the business community that wants there to be a greater level of truth and trust in society, what can they do to improve the situation?
So I think that there are two areas of focus. One is this their own business, where they are, let's say, forced by the economics and all these parameters to behave according to economical rules, and I think that they are doing so. And if not, the results show it.
Yeah.
The other responsibility of the business community is their involvement in social initiatives, where I can see big gap and big room for improvement, because a lot of people in business are just focused on their own business, but they don't care about the rest of the country. And I think that this is, as I said, big room for improvement and for help to this country, that they will be more and more involved in these social activities, where they can bring their own experiences from the business, and to help to develop certain areas like education, politics, and of course they can also show nice examples.